listening to Popcast with Garima.
Hello and welcome. This episode is called Auzar. Now, if you've heard the trailer or seen it on YouTube, then you know why. But if you haven't, then keep listening and you'll know why. Also, two most important things. First, this might be NSFW. Grab your earphones maybe if someone is around you. But if you're bold enough to start a conversation, if you're bold enough to make the change happen, then guys, go for it. This is a conversation that everybody needs to hear. And second, there is a giveaway in this podcast. All right, so I'll be telling you, it's called Haath Mein Nirbhar. Haath Mein Nirbhar? Yeah. So this contest is basically a giveaway to 10 lucky people. Keep listening to more. Go to my Instagram, follow me. It's called Popcast with Garima. You will get all the details there. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into the conversation. I have with me today Raj Armani, who's the co-founder of the brand I Am Besharam, who's India's top shop for selling adult products. I also have with me today Lisa Mangaldas, an actor, TV presenter, a YouTuber, but most importantly, a very strong voice that we all need today. So thank you, Lisa.
Thanks for having me, Garima, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. That's really kind of you, Lisa. And I also have with me today on the podcast Kajol Tyagi, who's an actor, model, and a reality TV star. But most importantly, Kajol, hats off to your work for normalizing sex, for busting the myths around sex, and for normalizing the use of sex toys. So guys, welcome to Popcast. If there's any abusive language that comes in the free flow of your conversation, feel free to use it. This is a safe space and I will beep it.
Well, if something you're going to beep, then what's Besharam about it? How am I Besharam if you're going to beep that?
Yes.
Beep, cut.
No, so no beeps and no cuts in this episode. Welcome to Popcast with Garima, Raj. So excited to have you.
Same here. The pleasure is mine.
Now, let's not do it like a corporate interview because we know you are the coolest entrepreneur that we have and you're working in this industry of taboos and, breaking the stereotypes. And that's what Popcast is all about, breaking the stereotype. And today on this episode, you, me, Kajol and Lisa, all of us are super Besharam.
Glad to join the clan, glad to have the community.
Before we delve into the interview, let's just set the premise for all our listeners right here. We will talk sex, we will talk sex toys, we will talk orgasm, sex education, and basically everything that your parents never spoke to you about. So Kajol, let's start with you. I will ask you a couple of questions and you just have to choose your pick. Matlab, you just have to be Besharam about your choice.
Awesome.
Let me straight ask you these questions. Are you ready?
I am super ready.
So sex on a beach, car, club or toilet?
Beach.
Oral sex or not?
Depends how much I like him and if he smells good.
Very important.
Hygienic, good smelling and somebody I'm attracted to, yes. Otherwise, no, thanks.
First date, first base or first date, all base?
I think first date, first base. I personally feel ki, of course, organically, if you are in that zone and ho gaya, so to each its own. I'm not going to be never say never. But personally, so far, I'm in my mid-20s and I know for a fact I have been very uncomfortable with first base, all the bases. But I'm very okay with probably a good night peck or just a quick kiss.
Slightly dropping the hint.
Exactly.
Sex toy with your partner ya Haath Mein Nirbhar?
Both actually, because I can tell you I've personally enjoyed both. But अपने हाथ पे निर्भर है की तो बात ही कुछ और है. You control exactly how you want it, where you want it, the vibrations, the stimulation, and you don't have to worry about anything. But if you have a partner involved, I think उस scenario में you need practice. Because the first time you're using a toy with partner, I don't think it's great. So I think अपना हाथ निर्भर personally, but I've enjoyed both.
Okay, and the last one, your answer to people who say sex is valid only after marriage.
How do I even talk to those people? These are the kind of people I can't even address. Sex is valid only after marriage. Sex and marriage has nothing to do with each other.
Thank you for saying that.
it has actually nothing to do with each other. Sex, of course, has a lot to do with love, relationships, loyalty, monogamy, and even polygamy. Marriage का तो मतलब marriage को अलग कर दो. Marriage के बाद maximum इंडिया में sex legal है, बाकी sex तो सब कर रहे हैं.
In the night, no control. क्या करूं? कुछ तो बोल.
अब आते हैं मुद्दे की बात पे. Tell me, how did I Am Besharam come into existence and why sex toys?
Why sex toys? I would say why not sex toys? India is a population of 1.3 billion people, 65% under 35 years of age, second largest consumer of porn, birthplace of Kama Sutra. So my question is, why not sex toys? I feel we are maybe 100 or 200 years late. I can't change that. Going live in 2013 with the concept of becoming India's top shop for adult products. I think it was well timed. It was the need of the hour. And conventionally, if you know, in India, sex has been used to sell everything. You know, I grew up in India half my life. Yeah. I remember Kapil Dev having a shaving cream called Palmolive, and a girl comes by and says, "Kya aapke shave ka jawab nahi?" So a sexy girl, right? So when sex can sell shaving cream, I think it's high time sex toys should sell by themselves.
You know, you actually remind me, yesterday I saw an ad and it is so funny, I have to tell you. The setup was that the mother-in-law is talking to her daughter-in-law and saying, तुम रात में अच्छे से करके सोया करो.
बहू, हाँ जी मम्मी, तुम लोग रोज रात को करते हो ना? रोज करते हैं, पर उनको काफी दर्द होता है ना. तुम लोगों को ब्रांड बदलने की जरूरत है. पर सब तो बोलते हैं ये डॉक्टर्स का सुझाव नंबर 1 ब्रांड है. तुम्हारे पापा और मैं रोज रात को यही ब्रांड इस्तेमाल करते हैं. पूरी रात प्रोटेक्शन, रिफ्रेशिंग और रिलैक्स्ड भी लगता है. तुम दोनों को भी रोज रात को करना चाहिए ताकि हमारी उम्र में आकर हेल्थ अच्छी रहे. सब कुछ हाइजीनिक रखते हो, ओरल का भी रखो.
ओरल भी
अब से सिर्फ एक्वावाइट ऑल राउंड प्रोटेक्शन के लिए.
एक्वावाइट fights all signs of tooth decay.
And it, you know, constantly gave the double meaning, and it was actually a toothpaste ad.
And I'm glad, because for us Indians, if you can convey the message without saying it, makes the impression better.
Yeah.
So that's why there's double meaning words. It's not just now, you know, when we're in high school or middle school, you know.
Of course.
There was a funny line. I mean, it might be a PJ now, but in our class, we used to get a big laugh out of this sentence. The sentence was, "My pen is fallen down."
Oh my God.
So this is us at 6th class or 7th class, and this is what we used to love to talk about, and you know, the double meaning innuendos, and but it's carried on, and some clever marketers have taken it one step ahead.
True. But why the name I Am Besharam? It is so explicit, out and loud, without any filter, and super raw. So why the name I Am Besharam?
Well, there are two aspects to this. Why the name Besharam? When we are thinking about giving our brand a name that shouldn't be titillating, it shouldn't be sensational, it should be a common use term that can mischievously or naughtily convey the message. When we thought about it, and obviously we ran through our Bollywood archives for such a name, the single word that stood out was Besharam, because it's been used in so many various situations by the coolest celebs and actors, and there's no dirty thing about it, right? So we wanted to give a name that will resonate the mischievousness inside of a person, the naughtiness, the curiosity, and no other name than Besharam. Hence, I'm Besharam. You know you are too.
I think we are all proud Besharams.
We are, exactly. But then Besharam also has another meaning, you know, which is more in tune with the times. I personally think Besharam is not just about being naughty, but Besharam is more about being bold. Besharam is more about speaking what you have in your mind. Besharam is more about expressing your desires or expressing your opinion without the fear of judgment of society, your neighbors, your aunts and uncles, or what's not. So if in today there is one word that expresses all of this in a more sex positive way, I think Besharam is bang on. So we are fortunate to call ourselves Besharam and part of the Besharam tribe.
तेरा नाम होना चाहिए था बेशरम.
Okay, Lisa, I've been a huge fan of your work. I've been following you for quite some time, and you are a serious inspiration and a role model to all the women out there. I want to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 11, How besharam are you?
That's a funny one. I mean, I think 11 in many ways, but I'm actually also quite vanilla. Like, people think I must be some crazy, like,
Centric,
super
sex
wild,
guru.
crazy girl. But in my opinion, like, actually talking about sex and making your pleasure a priority, it should be like the basic, It's not even out there to use a vibrator. In fact, you're alone at home. You need no other people. You don't even have to have any friends. So I feel like it's so funny how things like sex toys or just talking about sex or wild person who must like party all the time and I don't know, all this funny stuff, but I'm actually a homebody. I hardly leave the house. I'm like not a party girl. Actually, I'm just like any other person. Nothing makes me special. I'm not particularly wild or you know what I mean. I'm just like any other Indian woman. I just have the privilege of being able to say what's on my mind without my parents and other people like that trying to censor me. And I think it's unfortunate that so many people who have so many things to say, like I just think women's voices in India have been silenced for so long. And there's so many women out there who want to say things. They can't for fear of very real and quite drastic consequences in their closer circle,
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do at Popcast. We're trying to break the taboo. We're trying to break the stereotype, as we call it, or stereotype. That's why we curate people like you who are influencing the pop culture of today by really being opinionated and by really sharing all their wisdom.
Thank you.
But I want to know from you the anecdote to your first sex toy story. What was that like?
So it's so funny. Actually, I was at a party and a friend of mine who's bisexual was like, and she'd had relationships with women for a long time.
Okay.
And she'd recently broken up with a girlfriend and she was like, I think I'm gonna like date some dudes for a bit. And so she'd been online, using one of the dating apps and meeting up with men in Bombay. So a week later, there was this party and she was telling me like, Lisa, how do you straight girls do it, man? These guys are so clueless. I forgot what it was like to like get intimate with a man because I'd been in relationships with women for so long. And now that I'm doing this online dating stuff and having some casual interactions, I'm just like, whoa. Like my experiences have dropped in quality so drastically because men are so clueless. How do you guys do it? And I was like, really? What do you mean? Like, my boyfriend's great. And maybe you're just picking the wrong guys. She's like, yeah, I mean, I guess casual, for women, unfortunately, casual sex tends to be much less pleasurable for women than it is for men because normally it takes a fairly skilled man who knows your body well for you to experience maximum pleasure, right?
And to please,
I feel like for men. So she was like, yeah, maybe it's a bit of that, but seriously, they're so clueless, dude. I mean, I would not leave my house for a man again. I have a vibrator. Why do I even need to go to casual sex? Makes no sense. And I was like, ooh, tell me more about that, And she was like, seriously, men don't even know what the clitoris is or where it is. And it's so hit or miss with the orgasms and stuff. And I kind of just thought like, yeah, women's orgasms just are hit or miss. Like female pleasure is inherently difficult. What are you complaining about? Our bodies are just different. And she was like, no, they're not, babe. They're not. I can come in 3 minutes with my vibrator. The mainstream has been feeding us lies. Female orgasms are not that complicated. It's purely because people don't realize how female orgasms work. It's not because they're inherently difficult. And so I was like, wow, okay. Maybe there's something here I need to discover for myself. This was about 5 years ago. She's like, dude, you don't have a vibrator? You've got to get a vibrator. Like, are you even living if you don't have a vibrator? And this was before I started my channel, right? And in India, like, I feel like most women don't have vibrators. At least 5 years ago, they weren't even available. This girl had actually grown up in the US and was of Mexican origin and traveled a lot and had easier access to these products, Mm-hmm. So I was like, no, I don't have one. Where am I even going to get one? Then I Googled and all, and I'm Besharam popped up. And I just bought one because that evening we just had this funny conversation. I thought, what the hell, chalo. And it literally changed my life. Like the amount I learned from that toy about my own body and pleasure and how easy it is actually once you know what to do. To absolutely maximize your pleasure. That was just so radical for me 5 years ago. I feel like now I'm at a point where I've talked about it for so long and I make the videos and stuff. This all seems so obvious to me. But at the time, it seemed like I'd had this revelation, like it was the most radical thing that I had discovered in a long time, you know? Because otherwise, I mean, I'd faked it so many times. Most women have. Most straight women have faked it like 70% of the time, I'm telling you. Like, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're absolutely right.
Especially early on in your life, I think as a sexually active person, you know, you also think that you have to, that like sex is some sort of performance, that you have to like make the right noises and look this certain way. And like, you're so preoccupied with these stupid elements of like making sure everything looks and feels sexy for the other person, you know, whether the lingerie you're wearing is okay, whether your boobs are big enough, whether he can see the cellulite on your butt, and like you should sound like a porn star even if it's really actually not doing anything for you. And then you often fake it because you think, what if the guy thinks he's not good, or like I don't like him, or what if he thinks I'm a prude, or like, you know, whatever, I'm inhibited or something. There's so much. And I think anyway, young women, like self-esteem of young women tends to be low, you know, I mean, or lower than it gets later. Like, let me tell you, 30 is amazing for any young people watching. I feel like life starts at 30. I just turned 30. But I remember in my early 20s, like worrying so much about these things, worrying if I look okay, worrying if he thinks I'm sexy, worrying if he's having a good time, and not at all worrying about my own pleasure, you know?
Yeah, true.
And then a vibrator will change all of that, because you realize, firstly, it's not too much to ask. As women, we think that our pleasure is too much to ask. Like, it's so complicated. He'll have to keep going for so long. It doesn't smell okay. What does it taste like? Do I have to wax? You know? And I'm like, fuck that. But it took so long to get to a point. Not so, I mean, I guess everything's relative, but if I think it took me from like up to age 25 or 27 or whatever it is to make these discoveries. Some people make them even later, you know? So I feel like we have to shout it from the rooftops, like female pleasure matters.
औरत किसी चीज की ख्वाहिश नहीं कर सकती क्या?
इच्छाओं का कोई अंत भी होता है?
अंत क्यों हो? इच्छा ही तो जिंदगी है.
Make your pleasure parody. Find your clitoris. Tell him where it is, you know?
Sit with a bloody, you know.
Buy a vibrator.
Yeah. So you reviewed recently one of I'm Besharam sex toy product, and we are actually doing a giveaway, you know, to 10 lucky winners, and we're calling it Atmanirbhar because we've all just been Atmanirbhar during the lockdown.
Do you have any toys?
Oh, unfortunately not. And that's what, so 2 years back, one of my friends was coming back from the States and she offered me that, listen, I've got these two things. One is this beautiful pack of lingerie from Victoria and another is this great sex toy. What do you want? And I said, and we were meeting outside and I said, listen, I can't carry a sex toy back home. So you better give me the panties and that'll make me happy. But that was back then. And today, if I, in hindsight, if I think about it, I feel so sorry that I should have actually first pleasured myself, then thinking, oh, I'll look beautiful in these panties for my boyfriend, right?
Yes, yeah. Preach.
Yes.
So what are the toys you're giving away on the podcast this time?
So we actually have 10 satisfiers. So 10 lucky people will get 10 satisfiers, which is again for the clitoris.
Oh, wow.
What they have to do is just send a picture of their Atmanirbhar moment from the lockdown. What have they been holding up? Anything. I mean, I held a jhadu in my hand because that's what I've been holding up in the lockdown. So people have to send me their interpretation.
Oh, nice. I might participate. Can your guests participate? No, I'm kidding. But the Satisfier sounds like an amazing toy. I've read about it and it does look really good.
Yay.
Like this Sochcast? Tune in for more with the Sochcast app from the Google Play Store.
Alright guys, time now for the Popcast playlist where I will be curating my top 5 picks from this week of music. Now these are songs that I love listening to and I've been introduced in one way or another, and I hope you can enjoy them too. Also, don't forget to come back after the playlist where we will play Never Have I Ever with Raj, Kajol and Lisa, and a lot more fun conversation coming up. Number 1 song on this week's playlist is called I Love You Baby. Now, the actual song is a 1967 hit by Frankie Valli, but Surf Mesa took these lyrics and reinvented this 21st century EDM pop song. I'm sure you must have heard it because it's gone really commercial, but here's it on the playlist for you. Oh, also, do check out the original song. It's called Can't Take My Eyes Off You.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I
on Popcast playlist is a song called Le Chal Mujhe. Now this song has a very vintage Bollywood vibe. It's a single by Barbie Rajput, who's done various reality singing competitions and has a great voice. So I discovered this song, which is her recent released single, but you guys have to totally check it out. It's full mood.
ले चल मुझे मैंने कहा ले चल मुझे मैंने कहा मखमल सिया नहीं लफ्जों को बांटे ले चल मुझे मैंने कहा.
Song number 3 on the Popcast playlist is Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. Come on, you guys, you know this one, the OG pop queen. So I heard this song when I was in my 12th standard and when, boards were around for the first time on VH1. And since then, it's a constant jam with me and my girlfriends. I love the lyrics. Let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just love. So yeah, playing it for you. Song number 4 on the Popcast playlist is called Khoj by When Chai Met Toast. Now it's an indie band based out of Kerala. The singers are Ashwin, and guys, in the 30 seconds of the songs, he manages to sing Tamil, Malayalam, English and Hindi. And this song will literally just make you smile, and all the guitar strings and the vocals and the drum beats will do these little joyous somersaults in your head.
You were the one that I found. Solavanda solitepo. Why didn't you tell me enough? Solavanda solitepo. I ponder in closure. Remember the world that is out there for me to find. Let me go passing by.
And the last song on this week's Popcast playlist is a song that I love. It's called Gold by Chet Faker. Now I cannot stress enough, you guys. Like, go watch the video. It's aesthetic to the T.
You gotta know, I'm feeling love, made it gold. I never loved another one, another you. It's gotta be love, I said it. You gotta know, I'm feeling love. You gotta know, I'm feeling love. You gotta know, I'm feeling love. Made it go, I'll never love another one, another you. It's gotta be love, I said it. I might as well be in our garden.
All right, so we are back on Kajol. I want to ask you, you are an actor, you are a model, and now you're associated with a brand like Ambesharam. So basically आप सारे stereotype break करने की मूर्त हो, right? Everything that an Indian woman is not supposed to do, you are doing it. So मतलब मम्मी पापा कुछ बोलते हैं?
Thankfully, there was an age where I could discuss at least like sex with my mom. I'm not sure about orgasms, but you know, of course, like periods was never like an issue. I could speak in front of my father also. And sex was, of course, I'd never spoke in front of my father, but now he also watches my Ambation video when I'm like, Dad, I'm interviewing this person or something. So I think we are building a bridge, and I am hoping that I'll be able to speak to them. If not them, at least I hope my kids can speak to me. And mom, I started befriending when I was in my late teens because I realized कि अगर इनसे दोस्ती नहीं है तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. But my father was very like, he was supporting me, but at the same time he said कि मुझे idea नहीं है तुम्हारी industry का. तो जो तुम्हारा decision होगा, I will try and trust it. So till the time it doesn't harm you or backfires, I am all for it. So in that scenario, I started, you know, feeding them slowly कि this is a scene I have to do. There's a kissing scene and there's a sex toy brand I'm associating myself with. So it was just like all in the flow. I was just like धीरे धीरे I'm like I'll quickly like जैसे mood अच्छा होगा सब convey कर देती हूँ.
And how are they now?
Well, I had typhoid in last year, November-ish, so I was in Delhi and still I wanted to review a couple of toys. So Raj was kind enough to send them across in Delhi only. I did some reviews from my hometown, but you know, it came to my house. First time sex toys were like coming to my house. Kya hai, ye kya hai? I was opening things, telling her what it is. And then it was a full conversation.
What do you want to tell all these young girls who want to initiate a conversation with their parents, who want to initiate a conversation with their immediate siblings, but for some reason उनको हमेशा ऐसे अंदर से एक डर लगता है या एक some hesitation that goes. You know, how to start a conversation basically?
I think that's a brilliant question. ऐसे मैंने सोचा नहीं because you know it's very subjective one because सबके parents अलग हैं. People come from different you know backgrounds, upbringing. Sometimes parents are very open. They're like your best friends, partying with you and your friends. Sometimes they're a little conservative. But one thing that I can suggest to everyone, be it for your siblings, partners, or family, you have to trust the person you are about to share or communicate with. You know, we sometimes underestimate our parents, and I've done that. लॉन्ग टाइम वी समटाइम्स फील कि यार हम कुछ भी बोले वो नहीं समझे, वो हमें समझते ही नहीं है. मैं कहती हूँ कि थोड़ा सा आगे तुम बढ़ो, थोड़ा सा तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स बढ़े, थोड़ा सा तुम्हारा भाई बहन बढ़े, तुम बढ़ो. आई थिंक इट्स अ वेरी गिव एंड टेक काइंड ऑफ अ सिचुएशन. यू हैव टू मीट योर पेरेंट्स और योर सिबलिंग्स और योर पार्टनर मिडवे टू कम्युनिकेट एनीथिंग दैट यू फील कि इतना टैबू है समाज में, बात तो कोई करता है, पर थोड़ी दोस्ती करो जिस भी रिश्ते के साथ आप वो बात करना चाहते हो. एंड द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट इज start discussing your friends with them first, like small things about your friends, or like you know make up a story, make up a name. At least study where your parents are. You know, I have to start a conversation, understand where they are, what wavelength they are on. If they are very like jittery ki अरे मतलब you know वो joke नहीं है कि gay हुए कुछ नहीं होते, भूत तो होते हैं, तो they don't even believe that homosexuality is real. Don't drop a bomb of who you are or what you want to talk about. I think you need to give them also the space. Don't underestimate them. Start a conversation and then see where they are. Even if they are very rigid, make them flexible over time, but they'll meet you somewhere. Trust me, they do always.
Yeah, that's such a good advice. I mean, test the waters and maybe you'll know where you are and where you need to begin the conversation. Well, time now for me to play with you Never Have I Ever. So all three of you, Raj, Kajol and Lisa, I'm going to be asking you three very besharam questions actually. And let's see what you have to say. So the first question, never have I ever faked an orgasm. Kajol?
I have multiple times, guilty.
What about you, Lisa?
I have.
Yes. Never have I ever copied someone else's caption on Instagram.
I have not.
And what about you, Raj?
Well, to that I will say innocent till caught, red-handed. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let people assume and guess. And the last question, never have I ever made a sex toy of my own.
I have not. I just bought one. My first sex toy was the 50 Shades of Grey Greedy Girl.
Greedy Girl. Very much appropriately named. Kajol, your turn.
I think if Jet Spray is making your own, because I didn't have to really make it, but that's it. Then I have, like if you count Jet Spray as a sex toy that I made, I actually didn't make it, so that doesn't count. But yeah, definitely if you don't have a sex toy, you could probably, I don't know. Don't listen to me.
And you, Raj?
Well, I'm
a whole brand.
creative, right? I mean, I've got creative, and I have tried to apply my basic engineering skills in my creativity. And I'm not gonna say that it turned out very great. I feel in terms of what God said, it said that the help that you need is at the end of your arm. So I don't think
Atmanirbhar.
Atmanirbhar. There you go, Atmanirbhar.
Yes.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yes, and thank you guys for being such a sport in doing this. Lisa, I want to wrap up the conversation by asking you a very important question. So women pleasure in this country is not something that is often spoken about, and especially in the teenage life, what do you want to say to any of these young people who are listening to the podcast and, people who are exploring their sexuality? How do you start a conversation, or a dialogue?
I think everyone can explore their sexuality at a time scale that works for them. There's no right time or there's no right way. I'm not at all one to say you have to do it this way and you have to do it now. Not at all. I definitely think people should do things at their own pace and, do only what they're comfortable with. But before we can even get to that conversation, what's troubling is that most young people, men and women, don't actually know just the factual basics about the body, because there's no sex education in schools, and whatever little we might learn in our biology classes, you're going to see the human reproductive system. Most women would probably be able to accurately label a man's body more easily than her own. Many women don't realize they don't menstruate from the same hole that they pee from.
Yeah.
These are basic biological facts that it doesn't even have to do with sexuality. It has to do with basic understanding of your body. You know what I mean? We need to at least encourage those conversations from a young age. There shouldn't be shame around just basic parts of your body. You should know what they are and how they function, I think so fundamental to the conversation around female pleasure is the clitoris. And so many people don't even know what it is, where it is, what it does. And they're ashamed to ask about it. And also just because of the way the organs are located, for women, they're always covered. We don't get a good look at them. Men see their penises every time they go
hanging down there,
change or whatever, right? We don't really see our vulvas ever unless we take a look with a hand mirror. You have to lie down and take a look with a hand mirror and encourage women to do that, to know what all is happening there. Literally, most women don't even realize that the vulva is actually the external genitals and the vagina is only the internal canal. These basic facts about our body, which we should be able to know, just like we know these are our eyes and nose and mouth and ears and whatever.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And it just got me thinking that, I have bhabis in my home who would teach their little daughters, okay, this is your nose, this is your eyes. But when they have to actually tell their daughters or their sons that, this is what a vagina is, they'll just say, this is shame. And this is so shameful, right? Because, we're conditioned to talk like this. Thank you so much, Lisa, for doing this. This is such a insightful, wonderful, positive conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Kajol, for talking it all out and for giving such honest answers. I love the person that you are.
Thank you so much for making me comfortable.
Of course. And we just found our new Santa Claus on this episode, you guys. Log into I'm Besharam, get yourself something that really keeps you happy without your boyfriends or your partners.
Here's the guy you can blame. Tell them this is the guy to blame.
This is the guy
boyfriends,
that can.
I'll talk to you. Boyfriend's husband, talk to me. It's all okay.
Thank you for tuning in. This is all for this episode. I will catch you all soon. Bye.